did I get from this to this? Well, what I was about to tell you guys was how, even though you're now retired, it's kind of like starting all over again. Hello, my name is Captain Retired Chima Walla. I retired almost 2 years ago from the U.S. Army. I was a finance officer. I worked at special operations. I've worked in recruiting as a company commander. That's me right there doing a future soldier event. Those two people there you see there, they're pretty much soldiers. Those are future soldiers. So how did I get from that to retiring and actually talking to you now, trying to get you motivated to get your transition process to become a success? Well, that's what I want to share with you. Like I was mentioning before, this is what I look like right now. Okay, there are no uniforms. Pretty much, I'm a civilian. But I never forgot what it was like to transition from the military. So that's what I want to share with you to help you successfully make that transition. I understand there's a lot of service members from all the services that are transitioning right now. I want you to understand that I support what you're doing, but I want to kickstart and jumpstart your transition and put it on overdrive. There's a lot of complaints out there about the transition assistance program that is offered by DOD to help us to do that warm handover from DOD to the Department of Veterans Affairs. A lot of veterans seem to think, or rightfully think, that's not enough for them to be able to successfully transition. The information that's provided there is just more like a check the box. But I'll let you know how, in a way it is and in a way it's not, especially from my experience. I'll share that with you later. So how do we get from, like I said, from here, a soldier to a civilian, and successfully make that transition and map out exactly what you want to do with your career? That's what led me to not only work for Fortune 500 companies in the financial services. I've worked for Price Waterhouse, and I've worked for JP Morgan. Luckily for me, my finance background translated to a career in that finance field. But what I want to talk to you in depth is about leveraging what you already have to make you a success in whatever career field that you want to get into. So when I say leveraging what you already have, I'm talking about like this picture you see here. This is a training event. For each training event, you develop skills, and those skills you put in your rucksack. That's what we call them, the rock. Mobility bag, utility bag, the rucksack. You take those skills and you put them in your rucksack. But what I was just sitting around thinking, I said, wait a minute, we have tons of skills as prior military that could benefit corporations. We can actually help them become more efficient, be more innovative. So that got me thinking a lot. And that's how I came up with this idea that I call RuckSackHack. Basically what I'll be doing now, I'll be sharing my experience the last 2 years transitioning out of the military and seeing what it was like to not only work at corporate America, I've also seen what it's like to go back to school as a recently transitioned veteran. So I'll share some of those experiences with you also. But the biggest part about my whole program that I want you to take away from is to learn how to be an entrepreneur. And I'll tell you my story. Entrepreneurship is not for everyone, but I'll tell you, if you follow these steps, I'm not promising success in a short duration of time, but I promise you, you're going to start thinking independently. And by thinking independently, you're going to then have the motivation to be able to say, this is what I want to do, and I think I can do it on my own using my network. And what network are we talking about? You're already connected to other veterans. That's a huge network that we need to leverage. We need to leverage our veteran network to help veterans and family members transition into communities and become productive citizens from same communities, just like in this picture that I'm showing you. These future soldiers, as a recruiting company commander, my job was to go out in their community, talk to them even before they actually ship out the basic training, to give them the feeling and the training to prepare them to be soldiers. So now we're doing the reverse. Our task is to learn how to be civilians, just like when these future soldiers left their communities and decided to serve the army, just like me and you, who decided to serve our country. But now we need to learn how to go from being military service members to civilians, just like this picture that I'm right here. This is me, the civilian. And by the way, this picture is just a clip from my LinkedIn profile. If you don't already have LinkedIn, I recommend you do that right after you watch this video. Go sign up and you can get a free premium account. And with the premium account, it will allow you to start networking with people that are actually looking for jobs and things of that nature for free. All right. So go in there and sign up and tell them you're a veteran, and they're going to ask you for an email that's either related to your service account or some other email, a way for you to verify that you're a veteran. And it's not going to take that long, and you're going to get a LinkedIn premium account. This account, this is probably like $300 deal that you're getting. So big plug to LinkedIn. All right, but back to what I was talking about. How do you get from this to that? All right, so RuckSackHack.com. That's the platform that I just launched to allow us to get this transition training down pat. Okay, so RuckSackHack.com. That's RuckSackHack.com. All right, so that's what I want you guys to do. Go to RuckSackHack.com, put out your information, and on my next video, I'm going to talk about specifically about the RuckSackHack boot camp. And that boot camp is, I'm not trying to like take you back to basic training or back to your service academies, but what I'm trying to do with the boot camp is to give you a flavor of what it's like to not only think like an entrepreneur, but also start developing hasty ideas, which is quick reaction ideas that you can turn into a business real quick. Okay, using the motivation, the techniques that I'm gonna give you guys. So that's it for now. Until next time, this is Captain Retire Waller, and I'm gonna be talking to you guys pretty soon in my next video. Thank you.